Welcome to Josh's House of Nerd podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Josh's House of Nerd. Today, we're going to be talking about movies that I am excited to have up and coming. One thing that I have been thinking of early this year is how there not been many movies that I was really excited about, or actually even gave a crap about. And not all of them were good. Some of the ones I thought were going to be good were bad. And some of the ones that I thought were going to be bad were better than I thought they were going to be. Movies like Moonfall and the new Hellraiser that I thought were going to be terrible were better than I thought. And movies like Morbius, Thor, Love and Thunder, and Lightyear were far worse than I ever thought they were going to be. Now, there were a few that were in the middle. Movies like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I thought was pretty good. I really liked the horror aspects of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Other movies like Prey, I really liked that. I literally just saw Prey last night, and I thought it was really, really good. Probably not like the best entry in the Predator movies, but, you know, something that I thought was better than a lot of the other Predator movies that have come out, you know, in the last little while, like Predators, things like that. Or not Predators, The Predator, which is okay. The one that was done by Shane Black. Anyways, and then the other one was Disenchanted. I thought it was pretty good. It was a better sequel than most, but you know, still had some issues and stuff like that, but I think overall really good. And then there was a couple that far exceeded my expectations, and one of those was Top Gun Maverick. And I didn't think it was going to be that great, but Top Gun Maverick like far exceeded what I thought it was going to be. It was a sequel from the 80s. I mean, a movie that was in the 80s, and yet here it was now, and they're trying to attempt to do kind of a remake, redo, continuation type thing. And yeah, I think that they knocked it out of the park, because boy, was I wrong on how, you know, the quality was going to be. Tom Cruise just rocked that thing. It was so good. The other movie that I thought that was pretty good, I honestly saw it last weekend due to my cousin Tori prompting me to see it, which was The Batman. And if you guys haven't seen The Batman, honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that great. And it far exceeded my expectations. It was gritty. It was down and dirty. It was more like, you know, a mystery movie, a detective movie, just like Batman should be. You know, he was detecting things. So yeah, you know, really liked The Batman. If you guys haven't seen The Batman, I would highly, highly, highly recommend The Batman. So there was a few movies that I have been wanting to see that are out, but haven't had a chance to see it. What of them out? One of them is Violent Night, which everybody tells me is like amazing and very, you know, kind of in a Die Hard vein. The other one is I would like to see the new Avatar movie. Now, that's not a movie that like I thought was totally amazing. Well, okay, no, I take that back. I really like the very first one a lot. But I had no idea, if the current one was going to be any good. Sorry. So I'm looking to see it, and I want to see it in 3D. So if anybody out there has seen it, let me know. See what you thought. I'm going to try to go to it soon and see it in 3D. I really wanted to see the original one in 3D, but never got a chance to see it. So to be honest with you, this year was a year that I was just using to get kind of caught up on movies actually from like 2 years ago. Movies that I had missed in 2001. And nothing just kind of blew my skirt up. But I was thinking about this year and movies that were coming up that I might, you know, be, you know, interested in. So as I was thinking about it, here are some movies that in the upcoming year interest me, and hopefully they might interest you. And they're going to be coming out soon, or some of them have actually already come out. And so here are some of the ones that I'm going to talk about and see what you think. I'm not going to do all the movies that are up and coming in this next year. But what I'm going to do is movies that came out this month and next month, and then try to every so many months, or every month after that, come to you and talk to you about the movies that I feel like are movies that interest me. And if you like movies like me, which I hope you do, I tend to lean more sci-fi, fantasy, action. You know, I do like dramas, I do like musicals, things like that. But those first ones are really the ones I go to, sci-fi, action, you know, things like that. So we're going to start with the month of January. And in the month of January, the first one that kind of comes to my mind that I'm really interested to see is the movie Megan. And Megan has been kind of making its own kind of thing around the internet. I'm honestly excited to take a look at this movie because it's done by one of my favorite directors, James Wan. Now, James Wan did not direct it. It was directed by another person named Gerald Johnstone. But James Wan is one of my favorite horror directors. He directed lots of my favorite movies like The Conjurings movies, Malignant, things like that. Just awesome. He just does a really good job. And he co-wrote this movie. And, you know, anytime that James Wan is a part of this all, I'm gonna really be interested and want to go all in and stuff. So I hope this movie is good because those other movies that he did are so good, right? So if you haven't heard about this movie, this movie is about a robot doll created by Allison Williams' character for her niece that has recently lost her parents and gone. She's recently lost her parents and gone to live with her aunt, who is Allison Williams. And Allison Williams' character is a robotics specialist that has created the doll that is lifelike, and she's asked it to protect her niece. And as you can probably guess, mayhem ensues with this thing being told to protect her niece. And the one thing that I hope to see this movie... Okay, so to kind of clarify what kind of horror movies I like. All right, I like horror movies. I don't so much like slasher movies. I used to, but one of my... probably my favorite movies these days are kind of the supernatural ones, like The Conjurings, you know, movies like that, kind of ghost movies. Insidious, I love Insidious. Something that's more it's more psychological. I really, really like these. But another genre of horror that I really like is kind of that horror that also has a lot of humor in it, which is kind of what I liked Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because it had it was done like a horror movie, and it had kind of that like comedy built into it. Another movie that I really, really like, which is done by the same director, is Sam Raimi, which is Drag Me to Hell. I think that's a great horror movie. It's funny. It's absolutely hilarious in parts and absolutely freaky in other parts. It's got some really disturbing scenes in it, which is totally awesome. So I'm hoping Megan will be something along the lines of like a Drag Me to Hell. Lots of fun, campy stuff, horror, bloodiness, you know, things like that. Disturbing things. I'm so jaded, I don't really get scared anymore. So I'm just hoping this will be just fun. Just fun with creepy moments. So this movie is already out in theaters. So I'm going to check it out soon. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. I'm going to do a review on it when I do go and see it. Hoping that you all, will see it too. And I look forward to it. So the next movie that I'm going to talk to you about, that I'm looking forward to also, is a movie that I was not expecting. Matter of fact, until I started looking into these movies, I actually hadn't even heard of yet. And that movie is M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin. Have any of you heard this movie? I had never heard of this movie, that it was up and coming. Again, I'm in kind of a little bit, I'm usually like really up on my movies, but I've had some health issues this last year, and I've kind of got behind on my movies and things like that. And this was one of them that I just didn't see it coming. And this movie kind of has it's almost like a horror, sci-fi, fantasy type thing vibe, which personally I just love. You know, I mean, some of my favorite movies are Signs and The Fifth Element that he's done. Split, movies like that, just so good. But my favorite movie that he did, my absolute favorite movie, is Unbreakable. I absolutely adore Unbreakable. I could watch it a million times and just love it every single time. This movie, looks kind of like in that same vein. And I'm really excited because it has an actor in it that I'm really excited. He's very up and coming. You've seen him around, Dave Bautista, who's been in Marvel's, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's been in other movies like Dune. He's been in Blade Runner 2049, Army of the Dead. He's proving to be a very competent actor. And he's not just a wrestler. He's showing some serious chops. As a matter of fact, when I was looking into this movie, M. Night Shyamalan actually says this is the perfect part for the perfect person who just acts the heck out of this movie. And so, I mean, that's high praise coming from M. Night Shyamalan on this movie. And, it just shows that he can act more than just Drax. He's not just Drax in the movie, which honestly, he doesn't want to get typecast. That's why he's leaving the character of Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I'm excited to see him and see really what more of his serious chops can be, because he's shown some serious chops in serious roles in other movies. This movie also stars Jonathan Groff, Ben Aldridge, Nikki Amulica Bird, Abby Quinn, and Rupert Grint. Yes, that Rupert Grint from the Harry Potter movies. He, I was a little surprised when I saw the trailer of this movie to see him standing there. He hasn't been in a lot since the Harry Potter movies, but I'm excited to see this one. And if you guys haven't heard about this movie, this is a movie that's about a story about a family that takes a vacation to a cabin. And soon after they arrive at the cabin, 4 weirdo people show up at their cabin and knock at the door, of course. And they take the family hostage. And they give the family a choice they give them certain choices on how to avert the apocalypse. Now, there's not much more information beyond that of what the apocalypse is or whatever. But the big question is what they're asking the family to do, and if the family believes them and if they should follow them. That's kind of the big question in this movie. And to be honest, this movie sounds awesome. I mean, if it sounds like it potentially could be a really, really good M. Night Shyamalan movie, because, I mean, when M. Night Shyamalan does good, he does great. But as we all know, he's done some stinkers. I mean, The Happening. Do I need to say more? No, I'll say it again. The Happening. It's awful. And stuff like that. But other ones that he's done really good, like the ones I was telling you before that I really, really enjoy. The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs. A movie that a lot of people don't know about, but if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. He didn't direct it, but he wrote it. Devil. It's so good. It's about a whole bunch of people in an elevator trying to find out who is Satan amongst them in the elevator that they're stuck in. It's pretty amazing. And then, of course, one of my other favorite movies he did, which is Split. I love those movies. And there's a few other movies that I kind of like of his that are pretty good. Not kind of like. I still like them. They're just not as good as the other ones, which is Glass, Old, and The Village. And I like The Village the first time I watched it. I watch it now and I can't watch it with the same vigor as I did originally, but it's still a good one. So this movie looks like it has a lot of potential. And all I can say is please be one of the good ones. Please be one of the good ones like Unbreakable or The Sixth Sense or Signs. One of them, please. Please be one of those other ones. Split. Split was just amazing. Anyway. All right. Now we're going to move on to the next one, which is another one that I am excited, and it's up and coming, and it comes out on the 17th of February. We're getting the new Ant-Man movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I love the Ant-Man movies. I should clarify, though. I love the first Ant-Man movie a lot. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies. The second one is good. It's just not as good as the first one. The first one is fantastic. The second one is a little convoluted. I feel like it goes long. Some of the subplots drive me crazy a little bit in that movie. If they took out some of the subplots and all that stuff, especially the ones with his friends, I would be fine with that. The main story is fun and good in that movie, but that's about it. In this movie, we still get the same team. We got Scott Lang, Hope Van Dyne, Hank Pym, Cassie Lang, Janet Van Dyne, which are all played by Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, Catherine Newton, and Jonathan Majors as King the Conqueror, who's a new character that we actually saw originally in Loki, if you guys watched that. And if you haven't seen Loki, Loki's okay. It's one of the ones on Disney Plus isn't, bad to watch. It has some good moments. It even has My Pinball Machine, The Odyssey, in there. So check that out. It's in the background. Space Odyssey 4-player. I have the 2-player pinball machine. Anyway, I love pinball machines, if anybody doesn't know out there. Anyway, so what this movie does is it's all of the team as they explore the quantum realm and as they deal with King the Conqueror in that realm and all the different things. They also are, from what it sounds like, exploring what Janet Van Dyne was doing when she was stuck in the quantum realm and what was going on. One of the interesting things about this movie, though, is that Bill Murray is in it, and he's in a character that a lot of people don't know, what is about. It's a character that's very, very, very has little known in the comic books. So we're not sure exactly what he's doing, but I am excited for this movie because it's an Ant-Man movie, and I think they're fun, and I think they're funny, and they're kind of unique in the Marvel universe. And I just hope it doesn't suck, because guess what? It's supposed to be the last Ant-Man movie, so it better not suck. If it sucks, I'm coming after you, Marvel, because I don't want the last movie of this to suck. Right. Anyways, well, those are the movies that I'm looking forward to. There's a lot of other movies that are coming out in the months of January and February, but those are the ones that I saw on the list of the ones coming out that I am interested in. Now, there might be some that I missed. Okay? If there are movies that I missed that you're looking forward to, let me know. One of the things that, like I said earlier, is that I look forward to is the movies that I bring up or I'm watching for are sci-fi, fantasy, horror, action, things like that. So as you can see, those are the ones that you see mainly on my list. But I'm open to all movies. Heck, I like musicals. I like anything. I like them all. Drama. They're just not the ones I drift to the most, even though I do enjoy them when I watch them. So tell me what you guys are liking out there, what you're excited about coming up in the comments. And over the next few months, we're going to talk about other ones. As you can see, this is the beginning of me starting to kind of build out my channel, trying some new things. I wanted to go more on the movies. So if you guys like what you're seeing, let me know. If you don't like what you're seeing, let me know. Let me know what you would like to see. And because this is an experiment to see what you guys respond to out there. And my goal is to bring you the ultimate nerdiness of the world right here to this platform to you. So if there's any other nerdiness I can bring to you, please let me know. I'm glad to oblige and help you with that. And as always, thank you for watching. May you be excellent to each other and live long and prosper. From all of us here at Josh's House of Nerd. Have a good day or have a good night. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. watching. For more nerdy awesomeness, please like and subscribe and check out our other nerdy videos.